Hello everybody, my name's Caden Keown, and welcome back to the channel and another episode of Derail Valley. I'm not exactly happy. I don't know what happened. I am very computer illiterate, so exactly what caused it, I don't know. But my save file for Derail Valley completely corrupted and went bad. I could not go back, even in my backups. I couldn't go back and get it to load. It kept saying that there was a loading issue, a script error, or something like that. I don't know. I seriously am really illiterate when it comes to this kind of stuff, so unfortunately for me, when that happens, I'm kind of screwed. I just don't really have any other choice. So, you'll notice here in this episode, I will decide what I'm going to exactly do. But you'll notice here in this episode, we've got nothing. We're back to the start again. We can go here to the licenses. We've got no licenses. Nothing. We're restarting basically. The game, the new settings are slightly more difficult. Things like cost of things is a little bit higher. I figured if we're gonna have to restart, let's go ahead and make it a little bit different. But yeah. So I'm not happy. I'm really not, but I don't have any other way of fixing it. So, I didn't want to start in the sawmill like we always do. So I decided to run my way up here to GF. We'll pick on what we want to do up here. I don't want to do a shunting job. So we've got these two choices. We could go from Goods Factory to Food Factory, which is GF there to FF. Or we could do the Harbor Town, which would be all the way from where we're at in GF all the way down to Harbor Town. I think we'll go honestly with the food one. So let's go hook up that real quick. So what I was saying earlier about what I will actually decide on doing. So basically I've got two options at this point for what I want to do. Either I restart and we just go as is, and every episode will just be us doing this new playthrough. I'll do the episodes like I did before. There won't be any really big change. It'll basically be the same thing. It just will be a full hard restart. Or I still do the restart because I'm going to have to do that either way. And instead of showing you every job, like all of the beginning jobs that I did to get to where we were in the previous playthrough, I just show you guys, I get through this quick job here to kind of explain what's going on, the future of Derail Valley on the channel, that sort of thing. I'll do a little bit of channel chat as well, kind of give you guys an update on some other stuff, but I'll get to that in a little bit. But instead of showing you every single job, like all the little jobs, like the shunting jobs, all the little stuff that I do, I just wait. There may be a very long break between now and the next episode to get back to, if not exactly where we were at least somewhat where we were at. You know, with the licenses that we had. Because I don't know how entertaining it would be to just watch me do basically the same thing again. Which is pretty much what it would be. Unfortunately, I don't really get a lot of comments on. I don't get any comments really. So I know people are watching, but I don't really know what they would be interested in because I don't have a lot of comments, like I was saying. So I guess I'll muddle it around. If something changes and I get a lot of comments that say, hey, go ahead and just go all the way through, we love seeing just what you do, then I'll do that. If it's no, that would be boring as hell, just get back to kind of where we were before, I'll do that. Other than that, I'll just kind of muddle it in my mind and decide on it a little bit later on what I want to do and how I really want to do it. I had to take a little bit when this happened, to be honest, to kind of breathe. I was so mad. because it was totally fine. I was in the middle. What I think honestly what made me the most mad, I was in the middle of a really cool episode. I had found the slug. Oh, so that's another thing. I know where the slug is, the DE6 slug, that thing I told you guys about. That is basically a DE6 locomotive, but without the cab and all the fancy bits. I found that, hooked that and 4 DE2s up, had a steam train, an S282, so I was basically 5 locomotives, a steam train, 4 of these, and the slug, hooked up to I think it was a 9 or a 10 job run of cars that had, oh gosh, it was close to 50 cars total. It was almost all of the tankers we brought down to the harbor last episode being brought back to where they started as logistics hauls, plus like 5 or 6 other jobs of assorted locations and things. We were gonna hit like 4 different stations, doing 10 different jobs. It was looking like we were gonna make almost 300 G. Oh, it was a whole freaking thing. And then boom, game crash, and I go to try and reload it, and the whole thing is completely freaking corrupted. I was so disheartened. Especially because it was kind of a bit of an interesting run with how absolutely atrocious it was. So I think it should be good to just click. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, it was a whole frickin' thing all put up together, all nice and gonna be super fancy and like freak. Like I kept having to. I tried limiting my this view, doing this. I tried to limit this, and I was jumping from locomotive to locomotive constantly. It was such a headache. I mean, it was such a headache. I was moving all over the place. It was almost a 2-hour recording by the time the system crashed, and I was just, yeah. I might try and recreate it down the road. I might even try and redo it in Sandbox. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to C6I in FF, which is just up the way. Cool beans. But the good news is we get to do this a little bit differently, so we're gonna... Now that we're new gaming this, New Game Plus, you know, we're gonna go ahead and do things a little differently, I feel. Yeah, I'm even, like, it's still kind of fresh, honestly. It happened a couple of days ago. And between getting back into the swing of getting back to work, because I was off for 2 weeks at my brother's place, which, if any of you watched my Lethal Company episodes, you will know, because he's always in the background of those. Note to self for the future, proximity chat games, probably don't want to do those when the person you're supposed to have proximity chat with is in the same room. We did alright, like it was hard to understand each other just because we both had headphones on and we were facing away from each other. We made it as difficult as we could. But with the family living situation, we had no other choice, and we absolutely wanted to play Lethal Company, so it was happening one way or another, and I'm glad it did. Yeah. So I got back from vacation. That's also why there wasn't a lot, and my upload schedule is sporadic for that reason. Also, that's why there wasn't a lot of like the normal content, you know, Terraria, Conan Exiles, Derail Valley, that sort of stuff. It was all mostly Black Ops 3 stuff that I edited, and Lethal Company, basically, I think is all we really did. Plus some, I had some videos from before I went on vacation that I posted, but anyway, I'm back in my truck now, back to work, hard at work, doing my stuff, making that money, living the life. So things should get relatively back to normal. I don't really have any crazy plans. It's going to be a bit before I play with my brother for a while, but He'll be back on the channel eventually. What else was there? There was another update I was gonna do. I got some more Black Ops 3 stuff coming out. I think that was pretty much it. Oh, I was thinking about adding another game. So when it comes out, I want to add Century of Steam, but I was also thinking of adding another one of the like American Railroad or Railroads Online, or I don't know which one exactly, but I was thinking of adding another train game to this. I've got a couple of them. I just haven't played them. I think that would be cool. I just haven't really decided on one yet, because I'm kind of obsessed with Derail Valley. It's just super freaking good. I just wish there was a whole lot. I wish there were so many more locomotives in the game. I guess they're trying to add like an electric one, like an electric panagram locomotive, which would be really freaking cool. I just don't know which one they're going to add and when. But I guess that is a thing that is going to happen. Yes. I am working on getting a Discord. So I don't have social medias. I don't like social media. I really don't. I like YouTube, but outside of YouTube, I just don't like social media whatsoever. So no Instagram, no Twitter, none of that shit. So it's, other than comments, there's nothing to really do for communication wise. And I thought, well, that might not necessarily be a good idea in the future if people want to actually talk to me. So I've been thinking about doing a Discord. That might be a thing that happens. My brother's going to be helping me out with that, because I'm, again, it's lucky I'm posting videos, honestly. It took me a while to get to the place where I'm doing what I'm doing now, so yeah. God, I'm seriously trying to remember. I really need to start. I don't like to script my episodes. I don't script my episodes, and I don't really want to start. But I'm starting to regret not, like, doing a bit of a preparatory, at least like a notepad with what I wanted to talk about. Yeah. I don't know. I guess we can kind of just... we need to switch that, I think. Yes. I don't want to go there. Alright, so... back to basics, as they say. One little D2 and 4 containers. Going to the food factory. I didn't want to start like every game you start at the steel mill, and like 9 times out of 10 you're gonna just do a steel mill, rails. You'll do rails to the harbor. I didn't want to do that again. I've done that literally every time, so I decided to do something a little bit different. Not crazy exciting, but a little bit different. Let's give it the beans and see how fast we can. It says we can do 60, so. Unless I'm entirely wrong and that 6 doesn't mean 60, but I think that's what that's supposed to mean. There's a few derailing sounds there. It gets a little grindy around the corners, but I think we're good. Maintain that speed there. Come on, don't lose too much speed. We're on a 0.1. We're not very heavy, granted, but we're on a 1.4 grade. The year of the game, where $3,000 is actually a lot of money. So yeah, we'll do this episode, and then I'll decide on whether I no-life it for a few days and get us back to kind of where we were at, then start posting Derail Valley again, or whether I just go with it business as usual and We just unfortunately have to start again from the beginning. Oh, yeah, so I was also thinking of adding another game to the channel. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I was thinking Stormworks, because I've got that. I don't know. It just seems like Derail Valley is the content that a lot of people... Derail Valley and Conan Exiles seem to be what people come to my channel for. I'm definitely continuing Conan Exiles. Even though it's been a while since I posted a video, I am working on that. We should have a switch coming up here shortly. I'd like to also add a game. So Satisfactory I wanted to do as a streaming thing because I wanted to play it on the channel, but I didn't want to do a whole lot of editing. So that's going to be like a regular streaming. I'll just stream like once a week or 2 or 3 times a week, however much I feel like doing. And when I stream, it'll more than likely be Satisfactory. I thought about also doing... Where are we? Oh, no, we need that switched. I thought about also doing something similar with a game like Anno... I think I've got Anno 1800. Unfortunately, a good chunk of the games that I do like to play are very 4X grand strategy games. You know, Stellaris, Anno 1800, Factorio, Satisfactory, Hearts of Iron, or Hearts of Iron, Civilization. The kind of stuff that I don't have the time to do a major edit for, like how Let's Game It Out or the Smith and Brit. Because they take, I don't know how much exactly, but those guys, when they break their games and do their things the way they do, it takes them days, weeks even sometimes to do that. I am just not in a position in my life right now where I can. It's not even that I don't want to. It's literally I just can't. I have... My computer system, the way it works in my truck, has to get shut down and packed up every night. It doesn't... I don't have the luxury of a desktop that gets to just sit on the desk and stay the way it is. Everything... It's a 30-minute process to set up and to tear down just to record a video. So doing something like Factorio, Satisfactory, those kind of games where I spend days recording and then days editing, that's the main kicker for me right now. That's kind of the catch-22 with my content. I would love nothing more than to hire a couple guys, hire a couple people to work with me and to do stuff like Markiplier, to do stuff like the Spiffing Brit. I'm just not in a place for that. I need to get a house first, honestly. I need to get a place to live. I'm living in my semi-truck right now, which is beneficial for me with no family and no major expenses, so I'm banking money. And I'm doing very, very well as I am right now. But I can't sustain that forever. I do want to have a wife. I do want to have kids. I've never been one for that bachelor life. I was the weirdo who was like ready to be married at 18, but just didn't have anybody to do it with. So I've got to get myself a house before I can commit, I think, to more, I don't know how to describe it, not necessarily legit, because this is legit content, but more advanced. I need to get a house and have an actual physical place to do this at before I can commit to more advanced content creation, which I would love to do. I'm not even joking. Like, a massive inspiration for me, and I wish someday to meet him, a massive inspiration for me was Markiplier, both growing up and even right now. The fact he's making his own in-theaters movie is astounding to me. and I can't wait for Iron Lung to come out. I truly can't. Glitch, Visipop, you know, these people, the early days of Rooster Teeth, you know, when they did these online shows where they made their own thing. They weren't tied down at the time. I think Rooster Teeth is different now, but at the time, you know, they weren't tied down by big Hollywood, forced to make big Hollywood's decisions. What big Hollywood wants over what they want as a creator. And you know what? I've always felt some level of hatred's not the right word. Disdain towards Hollywood. I don't care if it is shit. I would rather someone make something that is theirs, that is original, that is even mildly intriguing. I'd rather stuff like that be out than the constant... I mean, there's a place for it, right? There's always going to be a place for a Disney. There's always going to be a place for Marvels, for DC. There's always going to be a place for the big corporate companies. I just wish there was more support, more mainstream acceptance of smaller deal stuff. Because sometimes this, like, I'm pumped for Iron Lung. I think Iron Lung is going to be amazing. Because Markiplier has just never really ever disappointed in my mind. Yeah, some of his stuff maybe I didn't care for, but he has more than any other content creator, and I'm even talking Hollywood creators as well. He has more consistently been exactly what I want to watch than literally anybody else. And I wish there was more of people like that. I mean, I don't know. Now I'm just kind of rambling, but if I ever got the opportunity someday to actually make my own show, you know, like Rooster Teeth stuff or what Markiplier is doing, oh, I've got so many ideas. I would love to do an animated TV show or something like that on YouTube. And maybe someday I'll get there, but I just can't do... Oh, I forgot the handbrake. And I just can't do that at the moment because of my setup. So I just got to kind of choose my games. And the point to all this, since I'm wrapping up the episode here, the point of all this rant is I have to choose my games carefully. I have to choose what I play carefully. I have to choose what I do with the editing carefully, because I just cannot spend... Unfortunately, I just cannot spend more than an hour at a time sometimes doing stuff. So if I can't, like with Derail Valley, I hate to admit it because I truly wish I could put more honest... I don't know exactly what I would do. That's the other thing, is lack of experience. But literally with the Derail Valley, I pick a somewhat interesting view, capture that as the screenshot, that's my thumbnail, and I almost don't even edit it Derail Valley anymore. I pretty much just do that and post it as a video. Because sometimes, like, Derail Valley is literally, as much as I love the game, it is literally I need something that I can get done in an hour, both recording and editing. Here you go. I hope you like it. And someday I hope to be able to be in a position to do better than that. And I hope to be able to give you guys content that you'll enjoy for however long you want to watch it. With my long rambles aside, my little last train of thought, no pun intended, thank you all for watching. I've been Katie Keown. This has been another episode of Derail Valley. I will have another episode out. Again, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but once I do, I'll kind of let you guys know, and I will update you in the next episode. So, see you all again in the next one. Bye-bye!